And now it's time for the Legacy Maker Sports Postgame Report.
Hello, I'm Kristina Roulo with Legacy Maker Sports Network. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida for the Dallas Cowboys versus Jacksonville Jaguars matchup today. Please stay tuned for our postgame footage.
But this isn't too bad. Okay, I will. Yogi Berra had the old saying, it's not over till it's over. We saw what happened with, obviously, the game yesterday with Minnesota and Indianapolis. So is there any kind of like a halftime speech when you know you're behind by a lot, especially against a top-tier football team?
There's, listen, I've been around this game a long time, from my dad coaching me in Pee Wee leagues to now, and there's no magical speeches. There's no words you can say. It just comes down to the players, as we talk about players making plays, and these guys are playing with a lot of confidence. They're playing together. We're playing complementary football. We early in the season we probably weren't. We're doing that now, and I guess the biggest thing too is if we just continue to focus on us and keep it internal. I do think that good things are going to happen for this team, and they're starting to show up. We still have a long way to go, even with 3 games. We're on a short week, playing on Thursday night on the road, and it's tough. We got to check out the injury situation. I mean, we've got our work cut out for us still.
And then the next part.
And as I said, we just keep chipping away, and somewhere we're going to get a stop on defense or a takeaway. Somewhere we're going to score a touchdown or a field goal on offense. Special teams are going to step up, and that's why you play, 60 minutes. And so I think it's just a matter of the guys just kind of trusting in themselves and gaining confidence as the game goes on.
Trey had a little bit of a rough day, but he gets his hand in there on that final pass and knocks it up. Is that the kind of kid that he is and the kind of player he is?
Who was that?
Trey Herndon. Gets his hand in there on that last pass, knocks it up. Rayshawn had a little bit of a rough day.
Yeah, I think Roy had an impact on that play too as a D-line pass rush. I think he would maybe hit Dak's arm or something too. So yeah, I mean, listen, it really for 60 minutes and however 65 minutes or whatever it was in the game, it doesn't matter. It comes down to players making plays, and those guys, those 2 or 3 guys at that point made a play, and that's what games come down to. It just comes down to a few handful of plays, and I'm just happy and proud of the guys. Step out of bounds, make sure he caught the football. There are a bunch of things still going through my head, but I've been a part of, I think, 2 walk-off games. One when I was a player in Green Bay. In fact, the guy on the other side of the field, Al Harris, actually picked it off for us and went in the end zone. And today, so this one is obviously a little more special, but just happy for the guys, man. They never gave up. We talked about it last night at the hotel. We talked about it again today. We just kept chipping away, against a really good football team. I mean, that's a well coached unit. They're obviously one of the top teams in the league, but this win today, I think, kind of just gives our guys confidence.
A lot of fun. It's always fun playing close games, but when you kind of bring love to the kids, like winning it, coming down the stretch, always be competitive. Like, it's just fun to win as a team like that, for sure.
What kind of a message game can this be against a Cowboys team that's America's team and that whole bit?
Yeah, I mean, they're a talented team. They got a lot of talent across the board. It's really just a message to ourselves that we can compete with anybody. I mean, kind of after that Detroit game, it's always been telling ourselves that was a game that showed us if we don't come out and bring our stuff, we can't do what we want. But if we're in games, doing what we want to do, being in the right spots and stuff, we can really compete with anybody.
Did you change anything defensively in the second half?
I don't think so.
Just locked in?
Locked in. They had a couple of explosive plays. We had to start winning first and second down a little bit better. Just be in the right spots and make those tackles. For sure.
It's kind of how our offense has been working this whole year. It's like you never know whose day it's going to be. It could be anybody. So obviously you have things in the plan for everybody. Maybe someone has a little bit more depending on who you're playing, the defense you're playing. But, it wasn't necessarily a game where I knew Zay was going to have a huge day. It was just kind of how things went. And then we got some calls in there, like the double move out on the outside with a long touchdown that we got off the card, which was awesome. And just, he made a bunch of great plays, so it was awesome.
What did it mean to you seeing the defense get that 3-and-out late and give you guys another chance?
I mean, just kind of epitomizes this team. You know, what were we down 17 at one point? I don't know. Before that, I think we were down whatever it was. Through the pick, bad play, defense responds, holds them, kick a field goal. We get it back, go score, fight back. You know, we go on a little run. Those next 2 or 3 series offensively, we were just moving the ball up and down the field. And then we get them down at the end. We're down by 3. You know, have 3 minutes left on that drive. Putting together a good drive, had a nice run, and then I fumble. You know, trying to cut back. You know, I'm kind of right away. I was like, "Oh, the game's over." You know, I fumbled, and I was just obviously, you know, couldn't believe it. You know, I was disappointed. And then I look up, I'm like, we got 3 timeouts. Our defense has been bowing up every time we've needed them today. So I'm standing there at our defense's mercy, just, you know, praying we get a stop, and really believed in those guys, just what they've shown, and didn't even flinch. You know, when I'm walking off, they're all picking me up, walking off after the fumble. They're like, "We got you," you know, and that's just the mindset of this team. And no matter what happens, you just got to keep playing. I think we've all seen, I mentioned even like the Vikings game the other night, you got to keep playing. So you never know what's in store on the next play, and if you're too busy thinking about the last one, you're going to miss it. So I think that's a great example of, you know, how we were able to do that today. Just battled some adversity, and it was always the Jags, as Dewey would say. So